Hey everybody, this is Professor Eskew again. This is another video. This video I want to take you through the syllabus so that we can go through it together and everybody will have the same understanding of the material contained within it. So I am back at Blackboard. I am at the home page. And if I go over to my course menu and I come down about the fourth one down, it's syllabus. If I simply click on syllabus, here is the syllabus. It's a PDF file. Simply click on it, and here it comes. So here is our course syllabus. So here is our course CRN. It's 65585. What is important about it is if you need to email me, and down here is my email address, please include in the subject line this course CRN. CRN stands for course reference number. That lets me know what section that you're in when I'm looking at your information. So here is all of the information. I'm going to kind of let you go through a lot of it and read it. I just want to hit some highlights. So here is the textbook that we're using. It's what it looks like. Also, here's the information. Here's the ISBN. You can go into the Mesa bookstore and you can get the actual textbook and the access code, or you can go through Blackboard into the Pearson website and buy your access code there. You have the option to order a paper copy or hard copy of the textbook, or you can just use the ebook. Your other option is to find a third-party source in which to buy your access code / your copy of your text. Okay? Here is the breakdown for the course. There is, as you saw in the earlier video, a little assignment called Getting Started with My BCom Lab. That simply is a real quick overview on how to do the assignments, how to maneuver within My BCom Lab. Then there are 14 chapters that we're covering in the course. I know that's a lot for 4 weeks, but we're gonna be able to do it. So for each chapter, there is a dynamic study module. All that dynamic study module is, it takes you through the highlights of the material within the course. It'll give you a great overview. It will not give you all of the specifics that you may need for a certain assignment, but it will certainly hit the highlights within the chapter. Then you have homeworks. Homeworks are either simulations, and those are just scenarios that different scenarios we put you in and ask you to make decisions at certain points within the simulation, and depending on your decision, you'll go one path, and it'll continue through the simulation. There's videos that you watch and you'll answer questions based on those videos, and then there's doc makeovers, which is document makeovers, where you'll find corrections or find errors and make corrections, and then also make suggestions for improvements to the document itself. There's 14, while I'm thinking about it, the dynamic study modules, you get 2 attempts. Homework, you get 1 attempt. And then the chapter quizzes, there's 14 of those, 1 for every chapter. You get 1 attempt on the quiz, and it is a timed quiz for 90 minutes. So there's 15 questions, you get 90, so you got like 4 minutes per question. Then there's 1 discussion board, and there's 1 project in the course. Here's the grading scale. It's the typical 90, 80, 70, 60 that we use here at Mesa. All assignments are due at 11 p.m. on the due date. So please make sure that you double check to find out when the due date is. Here's some brief descriptions of the assignments we just went over. Extra credit, I generally don't give extra credit, mainly because we have a 10-point sway within the grading scale, so you've got a lot of leeway there. looking through here are some dates that you will really want to pay attention to as far as add, drop, withdraw, withdraw and get a W or not get a W. So please pay attention to these. And they come up very quickly because this is only a 4-week semester. Here's some other general information. Here's some information. If for any reason you need an accommodation in this class, you need to make sure that you submit the proper paperwork to me. If you are since you're taking this at Mesa, if you need to go through our DSPS services, make sure that you give me the DSPS with a Mesa header, because I can't accept City or Miramar. There's our transfer center if you need any information on that. The academic skill centers, which is the mentoring, that's MC2C. Veterans, we have a resource center. Then also, if you have any issues regarding food insecurities or housing insecurities, please let me know and I can direct you to our Dean of Student Services. Finally, here is our very brief tentative schedule. So if you notice, you've got a lot of work in these 4 weeks. So the first week, make sure that you do the introduction to using my BCom lab. Again, that is an assignment. You'll start your first discussion board. Your discussion board is a video discussion board where you'll do your video and then you'll respond in writing to 3 of your classmates. You'll have chapters 1 through 4. You'll have DSM, homework, and quiz. But you'll only, in each week, you will only have homework for 2 of either the 3 or the 4 chapters. I don't give you homework in every single chapter, but you do have a quiz and a DSM for every single chapter. If you notice in week 2, your discussion board is due, so that please pay attention to the discussion board. There are 2 due dates. One is the due date for your video. It is earlier than this due date because you need to have your video out there in order for people to view it and respond to it. So I'll show you where to find that here in a second. Also, week 2 will give you the introduction to your project, and you have some 4 more chapters. Week 3, you're going to turn in your project. You'll have 3 chapters, and then that last week we kind of give you a break and you only have to work through the 3 chapters. So this is your tentative class schedule. Make sure that you print this off and look at it accordingly. So I'm going to get out of this syllabus here, and I want to show you a couple other things. The discussion board. So I'm not sure where that's showing, but here's your discussion board for your videos. Notice you've got 2 dates, so you have to put your video in by January 11th, and then you could have till that Sunday to post to 3 of your classmates. There will be directions and videos that will show you how to post your video into the discussion board, so don't be concerned about that. Then let's show you under the project. Here's your project. It's a preparation for employment project. Here's all of your information. I give you some example cover letters, example resumes, LinkedIn information, and there's your due dates there as well. Here's where you'll submit your project. You can submit pieces of your project as many times as you would like, so don't feel like you have to have your entire project done and then submit it. So as you get a piece of your project done, you can save it, submit it here, and it doesn't matter how many submissions you make. I'll be able to see all of the submissions and be able to grade it accordingly. But please make sure that you submit everything through this portal, because I will not accept email, okay? I think that's it with this exception. There is NetTutor. What NetTutor is an online tutoring service. So what you can do is click on here. I've already launched it, but you'll click on launch the first time, and here it is. So this will be very helpful to you in your writing, especially in your project, where I do grade and take off points on your discussion board and your project for grammar and spelling. So you want to make sure that you get that correct. Okay? So let me see if I can get out of this. There you go. We'll come back to the home page. And there's everything. So if you have any questions, please let me know. You can contact me at hsq@sdccd.edu. Hope this was helpful. Talk to you soon. Have a great evening.